right, let's get going. So funny. As soon as I start live streaming, I can't find where the music's coming from. There we go. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone, your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hello, my name is Wayne. I'm a currency trader just like you. Been doing this about 20 years. Yep. Cool. Before that, I was a venture capitalist. It would take me years to find out if the investment I made was successful or not. Yeah, very strange, huh? But I did close over, I think exactly 100 deals. I also managed a small team of other investment professionals, and I think they probably did about 100 total, so oversaw maybe 200 deals, which is pretty good. Very neat. Before that, I worked at Cisco Systems and Apple Computers, little startups in the Silicon Valley. Before that, I worked at NASA. Yeah, very interesting. Cool. So anyways, look, I like trading. I love trading and investing. So let me know how I can help. I've been doing this a while, so I've made plenty of mistakes. You can learn from my mistakes. You don't have to repeat them. So I'll share the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a professional trader. It's cool though, man. It's really cool. So anyways, ask questions, get involved. Let me know how I can help, and I will do my best to serve you because I am a servant in our relationship. If you ask, I will do my best to provide. So there are resources made available to you. At Investor Bootcamp, we have training videos and live trading groups. Okay, you get it? Coaching and training. Very important that you know what you're doing. Second thing is to automate your fundamental analysis. In particular, so that you can organize your trading thoughts like this. If you can't do this, you don't know what you're doing. You're making it up every day, and that's probably what's holding you back. You are random. Oh, but I just love trading Euro Kiwi every day. Well, it's the wrong thing, son. Okay? So you got to have a good process for making investment decisions, and then you need to know when to pull the trigger. And so now you have tools to automate that process. Can you watch 7,500 charts in real time looking for the 12 most reliable patterns? If the answer is no, and of course you can't, then you should automate it so that you get the job done. What does it look like, you say? Looks like stuff like this. Cool, right? So anyways, you got to automate that. So now you have an automation for fundamental analysis. And you have a tool for automation of technical analysis. So now all the grunt work is done for you. And you can focus on things like strategy and tactics, the fun stuff. Now, you might actually improve. So the best type of broker for this type of program is an ECN. Okay, and there are a few ECNs, not many. There are a few out there, and I recommend Traders Way because they don't trade against you. So in this case, there's a symbiotic relationship. You want your broker to simply execute your trades. And that's what Traders Way does using a system called straight-through processing, STP. It's different. Not all brokers, in fact, few brokers use a business model like this. So if you're going to run a successful and sustainable trading business, you want an ECN. And I recommend Traders Way. Yeah. So we had a recovery in NASDAQ yesterday, about a 7% rally in NVIDIA. Cool. But now resumption of trend is taking place. Okay. So we'll see if it has the guts to break through the daily 21. That's a big if, huh? So we'll see what's going on today. If it's going to remain a move to the downside. As you can see, I shorted at the annual pivot point. I noticed in the comments yesterday, in yesterday's webinar, I said, well, at the beginning of the year, my conservative upside projection for NASDAQ was that price. And then I was done with it. I'm just like, yeah, isn't that good to know? And somebody's like, well, can you tell me why? Look, that's why. But what they meant was they don't have a clue about pivot points. Well, that means they're a liquidity event. Yeah. So if you don't know that, you need to go to Investor Bootcamp, pay $88. That's it. It's not a lot of money. Take the training courses. It'll take you weeks to finish it. Well worth the $88. Okay? And then you would know that. So I didn't cover it because I forgot that some people don't know these things anymore. You should. I've been teaching it for 20 years, right? All right. So anyways, cool. Interesting. Looking at the S&P 500, we're still above here, and that'll be the big test. And down to the moving average, which is the next big test. Nelson, okay. So very, very big test coming up. And you're like, Wayne, can you explain what that means? Okay, why don't I do that? Good idea. Good idea. Okay. The play here is probably something like that if it's going to remain bullish. Yes, quantbox.co. I got a question about it. Do I still have it open? Yeah, quantbox.co. Okay, quantbox.co. We have a big development project. I have a meeting in 40 minutes I got to go to. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. We'll find out. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Nice. So we'll see. It's a big day in the stock market to find out what's actually going to happen. Okay, much bigger pullback than I expected. Much bigger pullback. So we'll see what happens from there. We don't know. It's not, markets are not open yet, so we don't know if it's going to be risk on or risk off. Big downside move in oil in the last, what, half hour? Too bad. Yeah, so I have $500 on that one. So it might be time, huh? Might be time. We're a million miles away from the moving average. We're still caught up on this, but look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests. Okay. I might want to take some profit there and then maybe re-enter later. What do you think? This is a roll reversal here. Right on, Mahai. I hope you find success and a career in what you are doing. Yeah. So anyways, I got some decisions to make on my WTI today. Guess at the very least, I'll lock in 400 pips. Be disappointing. It's, yeah, it's not quite the right place. 350. We'll see. I might not hang on that long. I might bail before that. Okay. Gold still in the disinflationary period. Okay. Cool. Good. Fine. Okay. Yeah. Got to get through the neckline here. Could be a long ways down before we get to the next level. I mean, like $2,000 low. Can you see that? And it's through the moving averages now. So this has become quite bearish. If I were me, I'd probably connect these zones, and that's why the projection is down there. 2150 to 2000, huh? If we get through the neckline. But we're already through the moving averages, so that's what it looks like it'll do. Okay. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. The market's still heavily long, but you know what that means is if they capitulate, the downside could snowball quite quickly. Thank you for participating in the poll, just to let you know. Just going back to this, I just want to watch the open, of course. Okay. How about silver? And even on silver, okay, we're in our role reversal area. If it was going to be supportive, it was supposed to be supportive by now. And I suppose we're right on the line. And we're on the 55 EMA. Like, it has to go up now or it's not likely to go up. I don't know anything, Michael. Oh, and thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. I hope everybody here intends to become a member of TRADARS when I bring in and integrate Investor Bootcamp, QuantBox, and TRADARS all into one big service where you have training, coaching, fundamentals, technicals, and then I'd like to bring in either a brokerage firm to sponsor the whole dang thing or a prop firm. I hope that's part of your vision as well. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. And once we pull all that together, then the next layer of development, I think, over the next year will be amazing. I mean, imagine on this chart, it was automatically posting QuantBox scores and TRADARS patterns on your chart. You just log in and it's done all the work for you. You just have to make a decision. Wouldn't it just be extraordinary? Yeah, when does it end? It ends when the team feels like it's done. Can you still join now? Yeah, and I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't very much money, so there's definitely still value in it. Everything's been recorded. Yeah. As long as you're willing to do the work, I mean, you can't just sit there and watch it and get better. It's like sitting and watching television, watching golf on TV, and becoming a better golfer. Probably not. Well, what if you watch golf on TV for 25 years? Yeah, probably still not. Okay, so you have to then turn that into action if you're willing to do that. But I can't remember what it was. What was it, $150? I mean, it's cheap. So here's where you do that. I guess that's also what you're asking. Where do you sign up? All right, let me do that. You go to tradars.co. Yeah, I don't remember, Jim. That's the thing, right? Wasn't it? I honestly don't remember. Oh, and it just takes you directly into sign up. It doesn't take you. So you have to go to tradars.co/summer school. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Here it is. Yeah, it was $1.50, right? Yeah. Burned, I'm way behind schedule due to travel and illness. But I have 88 slides already made. How do you get QuantBox? All right. Let's take a look at, let's look at the short-term currency indices. And, yeah, do I have the right one? Yeah. By the way, nobody responded, but please respond. How would you like it if you logged onto your trading platform? Let's say it's TradingView. And TRADARS posted its technical trading patterns onto your chart for you automatically. And QuantBox, which at that point would be part of TRADARS, also posted its score and some rationale to the economic score. So when you went through your charts, it showed the macroeconomic score and the trading pattern. And it's already there on your chart. Yeah. So you have macroeconomic rationale for trend. So like, for example, it might say there's a bearish economic trend, but a bullish setup. What do you do with that? Oh, is that right, Bernd? You can't do that, huh? Well, where does it get its data then? There must be a way, no? Well, you could definitely do that on MetaTraders or on MT4, MT5. Oh, so a floating window? Yeah, I can do a floating window on MT4, MT5 as well, which might be interesting. Is that right? You're a pine head? Sweet. Dude, that's too bad. Yeah. All right. Okay, so on the short term, dollar is strong, risk off. Yen is still weak. CAD doing all right. Aussie kind of hesitating, pound kind of hesitating, euro kind of hesitating. And notice that typically when dollar goes up, euro comes down. It's a relationship that's difficult to break. So we'll see if that's going to continue. Kiwi giving up. Yesterday I reviewed news out of New Zealand. Let me show you how that works. You go to Investor Bootcamp. Come on, scroll, you stupid mouse. There we go. I'll log in. And you go to the swing trading room. And you go to yesterday's week on the street. And this is a video where I go through all these okay, economic reports, download the actual report. So, for example, GDP out of New Zealand, right? So I actually download and read this report. Okay? Yeah. And we go piece by piece and we break it down. And we look at it and we talk about it and we mull it over. And that got me talking about things like consistent with the slower pace. Here it is. There's the report. It's funny because this doesn't even show well. Okay, here we go. And you could take a look at global dairy prices. Okay. Man, I sound sick, huh? Okay. May. So it was rising in February and then boom, boom, boom. At the end of March, down 3%, 2.8%. Build up and then down again. You can see how low it's been since the high back in 2022. And so, long story short, I take the global dairy prices, like I said, from a point 2022 to now, and overlap that with the value of the New Zealand dollar, or in this case, it wasn't the value of the New Zealand dollar, it was GDP out of New Zealand, and there was a high correlation. Richard wants to know if we go through GDP. Are you talking about an investor boot camp? You mean like macroeconomic principles? We cover it in the first hour of a 16-hour series of lectures. In this case, I guess lecture number 2. And I tie GDP into human dignity. Do I cover that? Oh, I cover that. I'll hit record. Everybody's thumbs up. Right on. Yeah, so imagine you're actually looking forward to an economic attached to it. So we have to have a market, right? That transaction is, but right now you can just produce more stuff and your production goes up, right? With the same, which is pretty good. That's in less than a lifetime. 70. How would quants, right? Right, quant, tell me what the number is. And they stamp it and they back engineer everything. And so now we can compare 1950 to 2020, 9.25. Like that's much better off in El Salvador because you might make, okay? We know the United States has grown quite a bit. Well, what about the UK, what about France, and what about India and stuff? Shoes to increase our productivity. Yeah, do I cover it? So good. Okay, so you, oh my God, and break this down. It has to do with things like pollution. World to live than South Africa. You're going to never waste anything. You're going to repurpose. Yeah. The actual name of the island that the DR is in, is it Hispaniola? So I think I cover it even more in a future one. That is sort of the importance of it. Yeah, lecture 2 GDP again. Or wait, is it the same one? $1 trillion of products and services. Oh, so by the way, when I was in St. Louis at the Fed, one of the speakers was talking about production possibilities, and at the end, I said, "Are you talking about the Frontiers curve?" And she said, "Yes, it's got a couple of different names, but that would be correct." Okay? Like literally this stuff comes up.
All right, happy history where the king and God made all the decisions.
I love history. Anyways, yeah, do I cover it? Dude, I cover it in a way that university classes don't cover it. But I probably spend 3 hours on GDP before I even tell you about C plus I plus G plus net exports. Because the numbers don't matter. What it means matters. And then I can give you the numbers. So like, again, in hour 3, we're comparing, we're talking about Karl Marx. Still haven't given you the C plus I plus G plus net X. But the thing is, by the time you're done, you fully understand. And trust me, you can take economics, entry-level, undergrad economics class at any university in the world, and they're going to teach you this stuff. But when you come out, you still don't understand. It's just numbers. It's gobbledygook. Okay? So anyways, my goal is to teach you how to understand what all this stuff means. All right. All right. So anyways, let's take a look at the yen pairs. You probably have noticed the key number being tested. I'm sure you've been watching this all day. And we're up. Okay, we're up. We kicked off the moving average. And we're up through 160 on our way to 161. I have the target is 161.04 to 161.28. This is intervention watch. People are very worried that the central bank intervenes because, well, there's the number. Okay. Okay. Well, the way you do something like that, David, is just for fun. You throw a buy order down there. And then make sure you're not naked on this thing. And you do like an auto stop. And you do a 111.333 or something like that. And so you're like, hey man, if you drop 700 pips while I'm not watching, buy it. Or some variation of that. Maybe you're a little more aggressive. You're like, okay, look, if you drop, what is that, 158, 200. So yeah, if you drop 250, buy it. You just have to make a decision at what price. Okay? Yeah. Because you know what's going to happen when you're not looking. I remember in the very, 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 very early days of my trading, I'd get up extremely early on California time to trade before having to drive to San Francisco to go to work. And I remember waiting for hours for something to happen, just waiting and hours and hours and hours. And then my wife was going somewhere, I guess to work, before I had to leave. And she's like making breakfast, and she's like, how are you doing? Uh-huh. You having a good morning? Uh-huh. Are you going to go to work? Uh-huh. Are you going to, uh-huh. Like, I'm not even paying attention. And then finally, she's like, all right, goodbye. I'm leaving now. Uh-huh. Have a nice day. Uh-huh. She's like, seriously? You're not even going to kiss me goodbye? I'm like, okay. I swear to God. I got up, I kissed her, I sat down, and it happened. I missed it. You're just like, I couldn't believe it. Up. Yeah. So, anyways, Japan still wants inflation. They're not quite satisfied, but please bear in mind the central bank is going to raise interest rates. And they're going to raise interest rates more than once, but they're not doing it to kill, let's say, the carry trade. They're not doing it to kill inflation. But they have to normalize to somewhat. And if you go back to the early days, raising interest rates to 0.5 and keeping it there is perfectly acceptable. Now, as you probably know, the central bank has indicated 0.6. And not many experts have that on the radar right now. They think it's going to be 0.25. But QuantBox has been telling us for over 6 months that by the end of this year, the Bank of Japan will be raising interest rates, and they will raise interest rates to 0.6. So maybe it's only 0.5 because, but right now it's 0.6. So there you go. Be interesting if they raise twice, 0.3 and 0.3. But I don't think so. It'd be more like 3 times at 0.2. So 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, and done. But not many experts have that on the radar. Now, if I'm wrong, please let me know, because honestly, I don't listen to many other experts. And when I do, it's usually with disdain, right? But if I'm wrong, let me know. Is it common, like everybody knows this? Or is it not common? For you to know this, you'd have to read the economic reports out of Japan and the monetary policy notes out of the BOJ. But even though they raise, it doesn't mean they're going to kill this. But right now, we could probably get to 165, and then I'd have some, it'd be interesting if we get to 165 and then they raise interest rates, right? Well, Richard, if you read the reports, there's some interesting notes from several months ago. The Bank of Japan said one of the issues was that it's culturally unacceptable to even ask for a raise because it's been decades since there's been inflation. So nobody has ever gotten a raise. You make the same amount of money today as you made 30 years ago. But because of the new policies, there is inflation in Japan. But it was culturally unacceptable to ask the boss for more money. And they said this is one of the things that is holding them in deflation or disinflation. It's really deflation. And then, this was talked about. It's in the Bank of Japan reports. And then more recently, and I mean in the last 3-4 months, that has started to change. And I find this stuff terribly interesting. And you're like, really? It says that in those economic reports? Uh-huh. Yeah. But you have to read the reports. Oh, well, forget it then. I want to become a professional Forex trader, but I don't want to read the reports. Loo-hoo, sir. Anyways. Before I go, let's look at oil one more time. I want to see if it's going to bounce on the my WTI. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's not looking good on the WTI today. Huh? Look at that. Yeah. Here's the little breakout strategy I taught in the oil trading course. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Dramatic change right on the open. You can see like the role reversal there. Oh, look how gorgeous that was. The breakout, pullback, drop it like it's hot, baby. Anyways, I got to go. I have a big meeting for QuantBox. Yeah, you're right, David. There's a gold, silver, oil, stock market, all with seasonality suggesting this is the end. Right? I'll never trade silver again. Yeah. So I'm running out of steam, but I got a big meeting later working on good things for you on the QB side. So please have a wonderful day. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. And I will see you very soon. Thank you for being a subscriber. Please consider Investor Bootcamp, QuantBox, TRADARS, and Trader's Way. It's the complete package. Cheers.